Adam.
And I'm Tango.
And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Hey Tango, have you ever tried hula hooping?
Hula hooping? Isn't that for humans?
Well, yeah, typically. But imagine the sight of a horse hula hooping. You'd be the talk of the town.
I'm not sure how well that would go over. I can just imagine myself tangled up in a mess of hula hoops, hooves flailing in the air.
It would be a sight to behold, that's for sure. You'd be the star of the rodeo circuit, standing over 10 feet high trying to move an extra large circle around.
I suppose I could give it a try, but only if you promise to keep it between us. I have a reputation to maintain as the shoe-collecting horse, not the hula-hooping horse.
Your secret's safe with me, Tango. Just remember, if you ever need a hand or a hoof with your hula-hooping routine, I'm here to help. Today's book is an empowering celebration of identity, acceptance, and Hawaiian culture based on the true story of a young girl in Hawaii who dreams of leading the boys-only hula troupe at her school. Let's get started. Ho'anani, Hula Warrior by Heather Gale. Illustrated by Mika Song. Author's note. The main character in the book you're about to read is based on a real person, Ho'anani Kami. Ho'anani was born and raised in the Kalili Valley, a neighborhood in Honolulu, Hawaii. Ho'anani loves music and, just like her character in the story, plays a mean ukulele. Ho'anani's coach in the story, Kumahina, is also a real person. Hina ala manoa, kawai kong wang kalu. Kuma Hina, Kuma means teacher, is a Kanaka Maoli teacher, a Hawaiian cultural practitioner, a community leader, an activist, and the first transgender candidate to run for statewide political office in the United States. Both Ho'anani and Kuma Hina were involved in the documentary A Place in the Middle, which this book is based on. You can watch it here, aplaceinthemiddle.org. Dean Hamer and Joe Wilson, the producers of the documentary, were inspired by Kumahina and her great effort to create a school environment where all kids are welcome and feel like they belong. Hina has created a special place in the middle for students who might be marginalized and mistreated elsewhere. We hope that you're inspired by Kumahina and Huanani too. In ancient Hawaiian culture, every person had a role in society. Mahua, people who embraced both feminine and masculine traits, were valued as healers and as caretakers and teachers of ancient traditions. In Hu'anani Hula Warrior, we hope to show that, in the spirit of the Hawaiian tradition, we can make a room for all people, Kane, Wahine, Mahua, and show every person the same unconditional acceptance and respect. Hu'anani Kami did not see herself as a Wahine, girl, or think she was a Kane, boy. She preferred just Hu'anani. She is who she is, her mother said. She does what she wants, her father said. But her sister, Kana, wished Hu'anani did not sing songs so loud or play ukulele faster and better than every Kane in school. One morning, Hu'anani's teacher, Kamuhina, made an announcement. This year they would bring a Hawaiian custom back to the community. Our high school Kane will perform a traditional hula chant, she said. Closing her eyes, Hu'anani could almost smell smoke from the driftwood fire. Her feet stomp, stomp, stomping. See fingers tap, tap, tapping, and palms pitter-pat, patting. She sighed. If only she were Kane and old enough for high school. Then Ho'anani heard auditions. Hey Tango, you ready to dance?
I'm hoof-tappingly ready, but I don't have my dancing shoes.
No worries. You collect shoes, remember? Surely you've got a pair stashed away somewhere.
Oh, you bet your stirrups I do. But Adam, I've got more shoes than a centipede has legs. Which one should I wear?
Tough decision. How about those bright red ones? They really make you stand out in the dance floor.
I've got another problem.
What's that, Tango?
I'm not quite sure how to move in these things. Do I trot? Gallop? Cantering seems a bit too much for the dance floor.
Don't worry, Tango, just follow my lead. We'll start with a simple two-step, then maybe throw in a little sachet.
So you actually know how to dance?
No, I have no idea.
Then what are we doing here?
I don't know, I thought we were just horsing around. Huanani could not wait to tell her family. There'll be 3 tests, she said, and Kamuhina thinks I should try out. Her father, mother, and brothers were not surprised. Kana rolled her eyes. Really? Huanani wanted to say she could not believe it either, but before she could speak, her sister changed the subject. The next day, Huanani jogged to the gym. She peered inside, strolled down the line. Kumuhina inspected each Kane's stance. On her command, their arms rose, bending at the elbows. When Kumuhina pushed down hard to measure warrior strength, Huanani's breath quickened. She should be with them. Her mind made up, she strode inside. One by one, their faces changed. A wahin? A wahin? Not a wahin? Last in line, Huanani lifted her arms. As Kumuhina pushed down, she held her place, strong, sure, and steady. Huanani could not stop grinning when she told her family she passed. Kana frowned. How embarrassing. Her words made Huanani's chin tremble. She wanted to ask Kana if they could ride bikes again like they used to, but before she could speak, her sister had turned away. Memorizing the sway and song of story took patience and practice. Huanani did not stop until Hawaii's history was part of her, in dreams by night and thoughts by day, hands dragging across her face, arms reaching for the sky. As Huanani called the sun, the moon, the stars, she held her place, strong, sure, and steady. Finally, it was time to choose a leader. Huanani's stomach twisted in nervous knots. One Kane, another, and then another stepped forward. Huanani studied them. Who was nervous or worried? Who stood tall? Who slouched? Who stayed focused and who squirmed? Then her turn. Faces swam in front of Huanani as she called for attention. Ah, aya oh. She paused. Would they follow her? No time to think. Words pushed against her lips, and the chant rumbled out. Ai kamu mu kike, sweeping her warriors into a tidal wave of voices until Huanani called the end. Hai ala e oi ai. Silence hung in the air. Do you ever feel torn between 2 identities?
About what?
You see, by day I'm a mild-mannered elementary school teacher, molding young minds and imparting knowledge. But by night, I transform into a YouTuber.
Okay.
Yes, I know, it's a lot to take in. Sometimes I wonder if I'm living a double life.
I don't see where the struggle is.
I mean, on one hand, I'm teaching the kids ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and on the other hand, I'm reading kids' books.
But isn't that the exact same thing?
No, I teach math and science, but my channel is all about reading.
Isn't it all about teaching kids?
You're right, Tango. Maybe I should embrace both sides of myself. After all, who says a teacher can't rock a YouTube channel, right? From now on, I'm a teacher tube. Or maybe a you-teacher? When Ho'anani saw complete awe and true acceptance, she held her place. Strong, sure, and steady. She was their leader. Later, Kumuhina beckoned her over. Her teacher spoke with respect and honesty. She said some might not appreciate a wahin leading their sons up on stage. They might create a fuss. Ho'anani knew she could not quit now. She had earned this position. She thought of her sister and looked up at Kumuhina. If someone wants to leave, she said, that is their problem. That evening, Ho'anani couldn't wait to tell her family she had been chosen as leader of the Kane Hula troupe. Her parents and brothers were proud, but Kana wasn't. Why do you always have to reject wahin things? Kana said. Just because I feel more Akane doesn't mean I'm not wahin. I'm in the middle. Why can't you let me be? Before Kana could speak, Ho'anani left the table. At last, the day of the show arrived. People lined up, tickets in hand. Chatter overflowed the hall. Lights dimmed. Ho'anani wanted to feel strong, sure, and steady, but she was nervous. What if she wasn't Kane enough? If people protested, what would she do? From behind the curtain, a voice boomed.
The next day, the island shook violently. Tutupele erupted from the depths.
Oli! Ho'anani shouted back on cue. Ready or not, it was time. And to the beat of the drums, the thud of heels, the clack of sticks, she toe-heeled stomped across the stage. Ho'anani faced the crowd. Her skin prickled. She felt their curiosity stir the darkness, but she held her place, strong, sure, and steady.
Aika mumukeke,
her voice thundered. The crowd gasped with appreciation and roared with approval. One person stood. Ho'anani caught her breath. Kana? Ho'anani had found her place, not as a wahin, not as a kane, but as a hula warrior. Hey Tango, remember the time we decided to dress up as superheroes for the school's talent show?
Oh yeah, that was epic. I still can't believe we pulled off those costumes.
Right? And the looks on the kids' faces when we burst into the stage with the full superhero gear?
They were so surprised. I think they were expecting us to do a typical teacher-student performance.
But nope, not us. We soared in with capes flapping, masks on, and our music blaring in the background.
And then when we started busting out those superhero moves, the crowd went wild.
Exactly. Who knew we had such killer moves, right?
We definitely stood out from the rest of the acts that day.
Oh, for sure. But you know what? It felt awesome to do something different and totally rock it.
Absolutely. Plus, it was a blast seeing the kids' faces light up with excitement.
Definitely a memory to cherish. We may not have saved the world that day, but we sure saved the talent show.
You've got that right, partner.
And if you want to save our show, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm Adam.
And I'm Tango.
And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Did you know? Hula was originally a form of worship and was once a male-only practice.